3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Ahoy, friends. It's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday. It is the Dennis and Andy show. Marcus is already here. Hello, Marcus. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. We do not have a guest today, but that's okay because we've got so much stuff to cover. We're going to talk about the She-Hulk trailer and what we both thought of it. We both have watched it. We have not discussed it amongst each other. So we'll see if we agree or disagree. We'll even give it a CGC rating. What the hell?
We've got information from Top Gun. We've got a Blade Runner RPG. We've got some gun hunting news. We got some comic news with Conan. I mean, we've got a lot to talk about.
An iconic Frank Miller cover from The Dark Knight goes up on the auction block in a couple days.
Nelly.
I've seen predictions of what it could go for, and we'll talk about that too because I have some thoughts on that as well. But first, we're going to talk about She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Dun, dun, dun.
Now, honestly, I will say right out of the gate, I was a huge She-Hulk fan, especially of the Byrne run. Absolutely loved the She-Hulk. So if there was any of these shows that Disney is putting out that I at least had some real hope that I want to be done right, that was non-X-Men related, it was going to be She-Hulk.
And I agree. And the one thing I'm very happy, and I knew they were going to do this anyhow, I think we all did, is it's the feminized, very basically just a pretty woman athletic figure for She-Hulk. It's not overly muscled up, butch looking, thank God. It's a nice combination of this, which is John Buscema, but I see actually a lot of John Byrne in it with the hairstyles and stuff.
Randy's in the house really and cool. He's asking if you missed anything. No, we just started, so you came just in a nick of time.
Just in time, Randy. So I think there's a nice mix of John Byrne, She-Hulk in it, which I'm happy about as well. Let's next slide, please. So this is her. She's just doing a little hot yoga.
So that's what she looks like as Jennifer.
That's right. And I like this actress. Now, I didn't see, I believe it's Orphan Black, the show that she was in. I only watched a couple episodes of that, but I did watch the Perry Mason show on HBO a few years ago that she was in. And I think she's a great actress. I think, she's petite. And, that's a nice contrast from being when she's regular like this compared to when she goes into She-Hulk mode. Christopher's in the house. Hey, dudes, I didn't know this was a separate channel. Ha! It is, and you're here, so there you go. So now like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
That makes a really good a point. I just posted the link for those of you who are new to the channel and came across us by accident. Make sure you do click and subscribe. Otherwise, just go to that link right there.
That's right.
Because Andy's got his, we've got ours. And we're always on it. Look at even Chadberry's in the house.
Love She-Hulk back in the day. Trailer looks awful. I'm going to disagree. I don't think it looks awful.
But we'll get into what we like. So
I think.
Do we agree on the actress? You like her?
Oh, I think the actress is fine. Why? You don't?
No, I actually think she's all right.
Just all right?
I don't think she looks amazing. When I picture Jennifer Walters, again, after reading all the different She-Hulk, Savage She-Hulk, the different versions, she's not the butch one, so I'm very happy on that. I think she looks fine. I think she could play it. She looks adorable when she's in other pictures. So I'm not opposed. I think she's a good pick. Don't know about the acting chops in this yet.
You've never seen her?
I've seen her.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, as Jennifer Walters.
Right. Well,
you know, we'll give it a shot. So no, I don't hate this.
All right. Well, there you go. So Dennis doesn't hate it. Let's see. I really wish this wasn't so dark. I know there's a lighter one I've seen. Here's my problem with the trailer. I liked the humor in it because She-Hulk, if you remember the John Byrne run, was more humorous. It was like a comedy, and that's what I love. I love that stuff. Hell, she could break the fourth wall, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't think she will, but she could. When I first saw this in the trailer, I got to be honest, I thought there's no way this is the complete CGI. They still have to do touch-ups and stuff. This is just a trailer because I did think, is this Shrek? Now, not ugly female Shrek. Well, not the ugly female Shrek.
No,
but the level of like detail, I guess you could say, I really hope the CGI still needs to be tweaked because remember, the show doesn't come out June, July, August. Actually, 3 months, May, June, July. Yeah, the show doesn't come out for 3 months. So they've got a lot of tweaking they can still do on these effects.
So it's really funny you said Shrek because, you know, when I saw this, my first thought was, oh, she's a cute Fiona.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that in Fiona, that's her name. I ding there you go, brother. Thank you very much. She's cute, but not that hot. But I don't want. See, here's the thing. When it comes to the lead actress, what's up, Piper Kaiju? Hello.
Piper's in the house. Nice.
When it comes to the lead actress, I don't want the lead actress for She-Hulk to be smoking hot, perfect 10.
Jennifer Walters was never. She's cute, which is why I think she could fit the bill.
I don't even go. Okay, so I agree. She's cute, but when I picture the actress for She-Hulk, which I think they did with the casting, I just picture your normal, average, attractive woman. In other words, you'd see her walking down the street and you'd be like, yeah, she's attractive compared to, and we've seen this, compared to somebody walking down the street where you're like, holy crap, that woman can be on the magazine cover. She is hot.
I picture Jennifer Walters as a one beer girl.
I don't picture her as even needing a beer. You need one beer for Titania, whatever her name is?
It depends. I think she's a one beer girl. That's why I was like, she's good looking.
Why did you call me a six-pack then, you bastard?
Why? But I want She-Hulk to be absolutely stunning.
That's the maybe Marvel should finish the CGI. I agree with you, but at the same time, you want to get the trailer out there. There's been other movies where the CGI hasn't been totally tightened up, and they've still put the trailer out.
But we're guessing that it's not finished.
Right, we're guessing.
This could be the finished product.
Right. This could be.
So again, we'll wait for that.
This one I also thought really looked like it needed a little more CG touch-ups to it. Yeah, I mean, I do get that Fiona Shrek feel, and I hope you're wrong, and this isn't final CGI. I think the size of her is good. From the size that you can kind of see with her standing next to Bruce, Smart Hulk.
Yes.
And even in the end of the trailer where she picks up this guy that she's on a date with to, I assume, take him to the bedroom, and she swings him around and knocks a lamp over. I thought that was great. She looks like she's at least 6'8", if not 7 feet tall, which I think is awesome.
Well, you can tell by here because this is a big SUV, and she's standing over it. So that's proportionally, I would think, accurate. So we'll see. We have to make some guesses on this, but let's hope that the CGI is not done.
And there you go, Hyper. Thank you. First Man 2, my book, it's available. I've been doing fulfillment. I've sent out over 300 books so far. I sent out another 80 today. That is in the 300 total. So
he's had me begging and boring. Look at those fingers; they have calluses on them.
Oh, is stunning too much to ask? There are scenes where I think she looks good. Let's remember this is a still from a moving picture. So, you know, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. Hell, I'll save the beer for after the first round. There you go.
Right. I want Jennifer to be a 1 beer girl, and I want She-Hulk to be a 0 beer girl.
At least she's straight. Exactly. She goes out on dates and stuff. So now what's this in here for? Just to show a picture of her, a drawing?
Well, so in my mind, when I was talking about options and what I would picture her as, this is kind of what this is why I'm putting it in.
But, and I did say this earlier, people are gonna, if you're a woman and you're watching this, you're gonna be like, "Oh, you pig." I got to be honest. I think her rack should be a little bigger. Not Power Girl huge, but I do. Is there another shot of her from the still shot? There's not.
I was going to say I don't think, and I'm sorry. I think her rack needs to be a little bit bigger for She-Hulk. The burn rack.
Yeah, give me the burn rack. So, what were your thoughts on the overall content of the trailer?
I thought it looked campy and cute, and which it could be. If they pull off the humor, I'll be very happy with it. Like I said, for the actress herself, I think she's all right. The CGI, I think, has a lot to be desired, but I'm hoping, that's why I was thinking this earlier, that this is not complete. And, you know, and if it was, maybe they'll fix it after getting feedback. I'm going to give this a CGC score of a 6.0. I think it looks all right. It did not knock my socks off.
Wow. I was going to give it, I don't know. I'm kind of going with for the trailer, I'm going with a 7.0 actually. I have very high hopes from this trailer. General Piggy, hail to you. Thank you for joining Randy.
The house.
I would say cautious. One of the writers, Dana Schwartz, is a major SJW who wants books written by white men to be banned from schools. Oh, see, I didn't know that. So, I mean, we'll just have to see, because a lot of, I think, with these TV shows and Disney in general, I think marching orders along the lines of plot and story flow are handed down from above to the writer, and it's not just, we hired you, do whatever you want. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, we didn't show the trailer because we didn't want to get a strike. Chad made a good comment right there.
I saw it. Burn She-Hulk was gorgeous. The most recent looked like they're... Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
but she's back to looking hot. So she's back to her nice,
let's hope,
sexy female form.
So, yeah, anyway, that's our thought. So Andy liked it a little bit better than me. But this is early. The show hasn't even launched an episode. I'm good with that. We will wait and see. I will hold my breath.
I will too. But, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I like what I saw. So fingers crossed, because I think the Hulk here looks good. And I believe this is from the trailer as well. Oh, no, it's not. That's a diner from what movie was a diner? Infinity War? Yeah, Infinity War. That's a diner. I remember the background, but I think the Hulk looks pretty up to snuff. So we'll see. So I give it a 7.0. Dennis gives it a 6.
Wait, one more. There is one more picture. Oh, and then before we move on,
that is 13 divided by 2, 6.5. We're right there. I'd go 5, 5, or 6. All right. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see what this other picture is. Better be safe. Oh yeah, when she landed. I like this. I thought this was if you haven't seen the trailer, this shot was very quick.
And when we're done, if you haven't, just Google it. Go watch the trailer.
But you can tell she's pretty tall, because if you look at the length of her arm compared to the length of the Hulk's arm that's down touching the ground, and like the length of her leg from the knee to the foot,
right?
And same with his. She's not his height.
Well, but plus in the trailer, you see her growing, and you see it and her like ankles, and from her knee to her ankle, and then you see her growing, her stretching up, so you can see she's growing. So, again, let's hope they do a good Bill Bixby version of it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right,
so we'll just have
on to the next topic.
It is mostly a comedy, from what I can tell. And real quick, in the trailer, you do get this really fast shot of Titania, which, you know, from what I can tell, because it's kind of small, she doesn't look too bad. So, but I'm curious because Titania is supposed to be bigger, so I wonder if that actress is going to be CG'd some.
I'm going to assume so.
You know what happens when you assume. Carl, dude, what is up? Is this the last Hawk appearance on Mark Ruffalo's contract? I would still like another Hawk film where they just go nuts. No, as far as I know, they're supposed to be working on a Planet Hawk thing.
Yes, I thought they were.
Yeah,
assuming it's green lit.
Yeah. What's up? Hail to you, Delmar. Yeah, as far as I know, they're working on Planet Hawk, so Ruffalo's not done.
Yeah.
I used to think life was a tragedy, and now I realize it's a comedy. There you go. Let's see. I won't give a CGC as yet. I'm waiting for there to be at least 2 shows I'm interested in to buy Disney Plus. I hear you, brother.
Well,
all right. Let's move on.
Next topic.
Batman: The Dark Knight Strikes. This iconic cover, it's going to be up for sale. I never knew this, but apparently, Frank did the silhouette, and apparently Lynn Varley, the colorist, actually airbrushed and everything right on the art that Frank did the silhouette on, because usually the original art isn't touched, and it would have been sent to Lynn Varley, and Lynn would have taken a blue line of it on Bristol and done all the airbrush stuff on that, and then the black plate would have been put over it. But apparently the original cover is the original Frank, if I read it right, is the original Frank Miller silhouette of Batman. So it is Frank's original art with Lynn's original color. This is going on the auction block. It's supposed to go pretty high, I guess. Hold on, I do have something I can pull up. Let's see. It's one of these tabs. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. It's this one. Going up for auction. Ooh. I got to be honest. I know lots of people are excited about this. I know I've seen estimates of a few $1 million for it because of, what it did for comics and,
the
impact it had.
The quote that they talk in here, and I agree, it defined the entire superhero genre from the 80s at that very moment. And it was. This book revolutionized everything. And honestly, if you're when we go to a convention, because we'll be doing X-Con this weekend, when that book's on the back wall and you're walking by, you'll pick it out and you'll instantly know it. It is just easily recognizable, and it's iconic.
And now it's Frank Miller. Frank Miller is a legend in the comic book field. I have all his Daredevil stuff. I've got all the versions of Dark Knight and Dark Knight, all the Dark Knight stuff, even when he came back and wrote it and drew it himself. And then, the stuff that he did with Andy Kubert I got. But I got to be honest, from an art standpoint, I never wanted to own this cover. Never. The only reason I'd buy this cover or would have bought it in the past, since it came out, is if it was at a very reasonable price and I could flip it and I just would have held on to it. But now, at the price it's probably going to go for, even if I won the lottery and that was like pocket change, right? Let's say this thing goes for $2.5 million and I had that money and it was like pocket change. I'm Elon Musk and I'm like, 2.5 million. No way would I pay that for this cover. I'm sorry. I know it's Frank Miller. I'd rather have a page from the inside of the book. I'd rather have one of the other covers. I'd rather have a Daredevil page. I don't give a crap about a silhouette of Batman. I don't care. I don't want this. I would never pay for it. And no matter if it goes for a few million, I think it's overpriced. What say you?
It is not my favorite cover, although I will agree, like I said, it is an iconic cover. And it really did set the stage in the mid-'80s on there. So I agree with all of that. From my personal taste, the way that I like my art, it's not my favorite one. But I think from the stylization that they were trying to put into it, it not only did its job, it was fantastic for what it is. It wouldn't be something I would hang on my wall if I could get a much better Jean Grey with the Phoenix. I would much rather have that on the wall. But for any Batman fan out there, this is an absolute must. It is.
I mean, I hear it, and I was reading, it might have been in that article, it might have been in another one I read, that Frank said he originally drew the silhouette, obviously. I think if I read right, he didn't even have that like triangular shape cutout in the cape. He just added that. And then when it went to color, he wasn't thinking lightning bolt or any of that. That was all Lynn Varley, the colorist. He decided to do that in color, which was a great choice, because if this was just a silhouette of Batman without that lightning bolt behind it, it wouldn't be nearly as impactful.
Nope.
But I'm sorry, I'm just not, there are so many other things I'd rather own than
but I will be curious to see what this goes for, because there's a lot of big Dark Knight fans out there, a lot of them.
Bretsky the Great, salute to you.
Welcome.
Rather have
the
page where Batman returns from the inside. Yeah, no, I agree. Andy, did you and the bros ever have an episode showing off your original art collection? I would like to see that. We have not. Maybe when it rolls back around to my turn, we can do a show where we do original art. I have thought about that. I just haven't talked to the guys to see if they all have enough original art to show. I mean, for all I know, one of the bros could be like, man, I don't really collect original art, and I don't want to do a topic where we all can't participate. But that is an idea I have. So thank you for that. So yeah, that's my opinion on this. I'm very interested to see what it goes for, but
and you want to take a venture a guess?
2.5 million. What say you?
Actually, I was kind of in that. I was in that ballpark. I was going to go.
God, why can't you think for yourself, just for once?
2 million. Well, if I would have said
stop writing off you would have. Damn it, coattails.
Damn,
always on the coattails.
Can't help it.
And they're not even coattails. There's my balls dragging down because it gets so hot they drop to the floor and then you step on them.
Oh no, I thought you said step on them.
Oh, that's why your hands.
It's
are
okay,
so
Tinkerbell.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah, 2 million. On to the next one. Big Conan news.
Looks like Marvel is losing, and I say losing, the rights to Conan. You have the article up that I'm about to pull up, so you can
Marvel,
read it, 'cause I won't be able to read it.
This is CBR's version of it, and from what I've read, I don't think this is quite accurate. Marvel allows to let Conan the Barbarian publishing rights lapse.
Oh,
That's
they're
how
allowing
it. Right.
What a bunch of crap. That's like going, yeah, you know what? We're not happy with how we're selling Conan and we're doing it. So you know what? We're just giving it back. They can have it. PU, I call BS. I think the Conan license holder for the States, because it's different over in Europe, I think they took it back.
It says, according to comicbook.com, Marvel decided not to renew its Conan the Barbarian publishing rights with Conan Properties International, which is owned by Heroic Signatures. We had a wonderful run with Marvel Comics, but ultimately they have decided not to extend their license beyond this year. I got a couple of thoughts on this. Number one, I'm not going to say the Marvel's run was terrible on it, but Marvel does not have the audience to give it its due the way Conan needs to be. Ablaze is putting out the Sumerian version of it because they can't use the Conan name.
Oh, that's right.
And their stuff's much better.
In Europe, Conan is public domain. That's what I meant. Yeah. So, like, if I lived over in Europe, thanks, Randy, and thank you too, Bretsky. If I lived over in Europe, man, I'd have no problem going, I'm putting out some Conan. Nobody can do nothing about it.
Right. You could take your own take on it and go for it.
And I turn him into a woman.
Yes,
they call Conan.
Conan. C-O-dash-A-N-N. C-O-N-dash-A-N-N.
It'd be Conan.
Conan.
Right.
Conan. Nah. And it's just like, no.
I just don't buy it.
I don't either. I think there was a lot more behind the scenes. I think the artwork, a lot of it was solid in what they did, but you can't really do the storylines the way that Conan. Conan beds his women, and lots of them. You can't show any of that in a Marvel book. The blood and the way that he destroys them.
I think it could. I haven't read the Marvel Conan stuff, but it could just be the story stuff. Because if you look at the Conan stuff when Marvel had the license in the 70s all through the 80s, it wasn't that graphic because the comics code. Correct. He wasn't bedding women left and right because of the comics code. But the stories were probably better.
The stories were better. But the problem is, I'm saying, you've got Marvel and Ablaze right now putting them out. They're on the shelf right next to each other. And I've done it because I picked up some of the Ablaze stories. And I flip it open and I look at the two and I just put the Marvel one right back down. Even though they've got the Conan name, don't care. Ablaze's is better.
Right. Well, and there was that thing. Oh, thank you very much, Marcus. I appreciate that. Oh, Randy's.
No, he was talking about my physique. Oh. I'm the natural for Conan. Yeah. If I were to play him in a movie.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
The license holder is working with Netflix to come out with a Conan show. This could be the license holder bringing the chickens home to roost to produce their own comics. Yeah, it could be.
It could. I would actually be very okay with it.
I got to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if the license holders, when they did that thing, and I think it was the Jason Aaron one, and Mahmoud Asrar was the artist, and they created this new character, this female character, and she was really hot, and she barely was wearing anything, almost kind of like Deja Thoris. And then for the digital version, they got a lot of blowback. So for the digital version, they had her all clothed up. It's like she's wearing a potato sack. I got to be honest. If I was the license holder, I'd be like, what are you guys doing? There are no women in Conan that wear potato sacks. They should be barely wearing anything. What the hell is going on? That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
So
I know what you're thinking.
Way to go.
We just kind of wanted to chime in on the Conan. I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in the comicbook.com's portrayal of it, but you know what? Regardless what happens there, the Ablaze stuff is solid. So I would much rather spend my hard-earned money on that.
There you go. That is I will say this is a very nice cover.
I like the cover.
Is that? Hold on. I just got to look on my screen. Oh yeah, Andrew Robinson. I had a feeling that was Andrew Robinson. He is a great painter. That is awesome.
Yep.
That is fantastic. So, anyhow, moving on. Top Gun Maverick.
So you guys are asking, well, why do we want to talk Top Gun? We have mentioned before that Maverick actually looks like a great movie. It's one of the few movies that both Andy and I, all of our friends, we're all excited to see this movie. We are kind of on pins and needles. The trailer, each trailer they released got better.
Get you more pumped up for it.
So they have marketed this well so far.
Eric the Guapo, hello. I will have a number 2 with a large water and 2 chicken tacos. Well, there you go.
Oh, I thought you were going to have 2 pieces of.
To be honest, always thought Andy was a great fit for sword and sorcery books. Draws muscle-bound dudes and badass warrior babes like a champion. Well, a little tease. You might be thrilled with what the next project I'll be doing is after First Man. And after fulfillment on First Man, when I get to work on the next project, and I might be working with somebody that's sitting next to me. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, poor Val. You shouldn't have even said that because he's not on the stream. Now I'm going to hear about it.
That's okay.
But Maverick, everybody. So
what's the hubbubaloo? Dennis brought me this story, and I was
click over to the next picture. I actually got a couple of pictures in here for it. Yeah, he doesn't know. So first of all, I want to just say, as far as I could tell, I don't know how much of this is CG, if it's all of it, or if they actually did a way where they got him at least in an actual fight. I'm going to be very curious because this looks absolutely fantastic. This one, and then click over to the next one.
Oops, that got bigger.
I mean, when you look at that, this does not look green screen of any way, especially when you see it on a 75-inch HD TV. I mean, I am just overly thrilled.
I mean, it very well could be him in whatever plane that is. and maybe it's one of the planes. I don't know. I don't know a lot about current planes. So I don't know if these current planes are all single seat or if there is front and back. And if this is a front and back type, they could just be doing it with the camera there. The other guy's piloting it, but they're trying to say, no, Tom Cruise is the pilot. You know what I mean?
I'm an airplane guy. I'm an Air Force kind of nut. Run whole family is. Once this movie comes out, we will go into depth. We will be doing a review and an in-depth on it, and we'll dig into it. But hit to the next one. This is the part that really became apparent.
I agree. I like the Elric character from Andy's Black Book. Oh, thank you very much. I've never seen the original Top Gun. Come on, Hyper.
Okay. You have a job to do before this movie comes out. Andy's coming over. We're watching the 4K version on it before we go see this because it is an absolute must-see.
Yeah, no, we're both looking forward to this. It's next week.
27th.
Yeah, next week.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, it's the 18th. Oh, yeah, it's about technically.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, close enough. It is. It's coming around. Excited. Next picture.
Here's
where the hubbub is.
Just real quick, the 27th is next Friday, which means it drops on a Thursday.
It's 9 days.
Thursday night. And I'm thinking we can maybe go see it that Thursday night.
Ooh, okay. That's going to be a hubbub. So to delve into it, this is the point of contention. So you see this very briefly in the trailer. So to do a little bit of history, Skunk Works is the one that actually created the SR-71 Blackbird. So those of you who don't know, it's what the X-Men's X-Jet was based on, was the SR-71. It was our fastest plane, a Mach 3.3 plane that could fly over 100,000 feet. I love it. I actually own a piece of one of the destroyed ones. I actually have a piece of the titanium at home. That's
what that guy told him when he sold it to him for a lot of money.
It's in it, yeah. So that and the SR-71 is one of my favorite. Skunk Works has actually been working on the SR-72, the new version, the new Super Ramjet, and this is very close to what the concept drawings were for it. It's so good that they built a mock-up, fake full-size model of this for the movie. And here's the cool thing. China was so sure this was our SR-72, they actually had the Chinese government had their military. I've read one, and I've read also it was two separate spy satellites specifically on this, and they wound up having to contact the producers and directors and let them know that China is spying on them. This is what the concept art actually is. And so the production value was so good, China actually thought this was the SR-72. So they actually started spying during filming of this when it came out. So Maverick has a big salute coming there. It fooled the Chinese.
Stupid Chinese and their COVID.
Oh, why would you say that?
Idiots. That's why.
Oh,
what's next?
That actually is what the original concept of it's supposed to look like, and you can tell there aren't many really good pictures.
How big a plane is that supposed to be?
We don't know. This is all classified. Oh. This is all completely classified. So my gut feeling is when Skunk Works designed this for the movie, it's obviously not going to be the same as what they're producing, but it's going to be close enough in certain aspects that it fooled them. But anyway, this is the SR-72. So I can't wait to see this in action in the movie. And I've got a feeling this might be the plane that they're going after or are involved with.
Yeah, tell the Chinese to give back Conan.
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty freaking cool then.
And the next one just shows the SR-71, which is the Blackbird that I was talking about.
So we actually had that built.
Yeah, this flew in the 1960s. So
did it really?
The U-2.
I never knew that this was a real plane. The Blackbird was based on a real plane.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Dude, I've got more pictures at museums and stuff in this. I've traveled around the
Now,
country
how many people
finding
could
all
fit
the
inside
real
that
ones.
thing?
At that, I believe it was a 2-man cockpit.
So in
Now-
other words, the Blackbird was visually like that, but a lot bigger to fit that many people.
They only
lounging about
Yeah,
and stuff, and
because it
walking
had all the other
around
stuff.
and
This was
shit.
specifically a spy plane.
Right.
The CIA actually had their own version of this plane, but it was strictly that the CIA flew it at the time. So it's a different designation. So I actually have pictures at home of me in front of both. So I've actually seen both of them in real life. Many versions of them. They're awesome. They are. So these planes are so cool that when they're sitting on the ground, because it heats up so much in the air that they have to leave gaps between it. So the fuel actually pours out of the bottom of it until it gets fast enough where it heats and expands the metal. And then, therefore, the fuel would stop leaking out. So anyway, this is the original one. A little bit of history lesson there. So
Wow, look at that. I drew that for a comic strip assignment there you go. I've never drawn the Blackbird, I don't think.
yeah, but that is my favorite plane. It's that one, the Corsair, the F4U from World War II, the Black Sheep Squadron, and then the F4 Phantom.
No.
So
Let's see. Randy says the SR-71 would take off with nearly empty tanks. It would refuel midair.
absolutely correct, because it leaked everything.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So this is a Blade Runner RPG. For those like Dennis not to know, that's role-playing game.
Yes. So I popped up a couple of this, guys. I know we got some Blade Runner fans out there. So this is kind of a big deal. It's a Kickstarter, so there's a link to it in there, but you can find it on Kickstarter. This actually looks really decent. For anybody who's a big Blade Runner fan out there, this just looks like the bomb. The artwork is spectacular. What they're showing in there, a lot of the stuff taken directly. Who knows? Maybe we'll even find out if Decker is a replicant. Oh my!
Oh my!
The game mechanics, the rules it's based on the acclaimed Year Zero engine. So they've used it in Aliens, Tales from the Loop, Forbidden Lands. I never really played a lot with Aliens. I'm more of a D20 or Big Eye Small Mouth, some of the other ones. But it doesn't really matter
Dennis,
as long as it works.
Playing with aliens is not cool. You're supposed to turn them over to ice when you get them, not play with them. They're not toys, Dennis. They're people. They're illegal people, but they're people, and you should turn them over to ice.
They're still people too, huh?
But they're still people.
But
Don't play
ice
with the
just
people.
releases them now.
No, bastards.
So anyway, I just wanted to point this out. I always thought he was a replicant. I actually do too. And it's really funny. What are there 4 or 5 different versions, director's cuts and whatever cuts out there right now? And honestly, I really was hoping they were going to definitively answer it in 2049, and they didn't. They again did some alluding to it. So I will be curious. But anyway, I found this. It got sent to me, and I thought I would share it with you guys because Blade Runner fans, I may probably back it on Kickstarter.
Are you serious? I had a feeling you would. He said it to me, and I'm like, is he want this? Because I won't.
No, I knew you would. He's not a role player.
Yeah.
But even if I wound up never
Dennis,
playing it,
I'm a role player.
Yeah, but your wife tells you to take the skirt off.
I know. That's
So
how you get to the good stuff.
I did buy the Battlestar Galactica one, even though I never played it. I played different versions of the Star Trek. I did, Star Wars all the way back to the West End games. But even if I wind up not playing it, I would still want to own it and read through it because a lot of times they get a lot of okays from the creators so that they can fill in some missing pieces. So either way, it looks cool. I thought I would at least point that one out.
West End Games. Doo-doo-doo.
I know.
What song is that?
That's Pet Shop. It's West End Girls.
Pet Shop Boys.
Boys.
There you go.
Wow, look at that.
I can't believe you listen to the Pet Shop Boys.
Of course, discography.
Oh, dude, I know it. You don't have to tell me, but I thought you were strictly metalhead.
No, I listen to everything.
Wow.
You would be surprised.
Oh, nothing there.
Pull up.
I'm doing it, Mr.
So now the other cool one, you guys remember Andy and I, we do reviews on some really good books. We really liked when Gun Honey came out. We both picked up the whole series, different covers. Adam Hughes had some great covers. Well, they announced, here's all the covers for Gun Honey, blood for blood, including the naughty ones.
Naughty. So yeah, Blood Honey was a great book put out by Hardcase, which is Titan, or division of Titan out of the UK. It's a mystery type thing. I thought it was it was a fun story. The artwork was really cool. And Dennis turned me on to it. It was 4 issues, right? It was just 4.
Yeah, just a miniseries. And
so yeah,
I love when they do 4-issue miniseries like this because you can get your
but you know what? I might wait and hold off for the trade. Because I saw the trade for the first volume.
Yeah.
And it was nice. And I was like, I don't really want to buy it because I already have the 4 issues. But at the same time, I don't know if I don't know. I have to see.
I'm going to pick up some of these covers. I mean,
now, does it say when it comes out in the article? So let's look at some of these covers. Oh, la, la. Blood for blood. You skim that while we look at some of these beautiful covers. This is a good book. Now, this cover, if I do end up getting covers, I'll get this one because it's just gorgeous. Very pulp feel to it. I never did get Gun Honey, but would pick it up. Go check out the trade paperback. I think you'd like it.
Final orders are due August 1st.
Oh, damn. So this isn't coming out for a while. Yeah, Joe Linsner has a cover. That one, of course, was Robert McGinnis, the one above it. Robert McGinnis is known for doing paintings for crime novels back in the 60s and 70s. He's a great painter. Always loved his stuff. Oh, I think, is this by the interior artist? Oh, no, that's somebody else. That's not, I don't think that's interior artist.
Romain Hagalt. I'm not familiar with him.
Ooh, a foil cover.
As well as an Adam Hughes Forbidden Planet foil exclusive,
so is
limited to 500 copies.
Nope. This one? That's it, isn't it? That's Adam, isn't it?
It is. Oh, maybe that is the exact cover. I thought it was hidden.
No, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that is the cover.
That's nice.
Limited to 500 copies.
Might have to get that one. No black bars on the printed version. Wow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, chicka, wow, wow.
I was going to say that cosplay variant. Well, I was going to say that. That's really good art. It's so realistic.
That literally says it's that's not a photograph. That looks like art.
No, it's a cosplay featuring cosplayer Tabitha Lyons.
Oh, I thought that was a painting.
See, there you go. The paintings are so good. Is it live or is it Memorex?
I know. When I see that stuff, I just think to myself. Oh, yeah. Gun Honey. Oh, my, oh, my. Yes. Get yourself some Gun Honey. No, seriously, it was a good story if you like heartbeat crime type stuff.
It was solid. It was fun. The art was great. The cover art was phenomenal. I liked every issue. They were great covers.
That's a nice one.
The art, well, that's Art Germ. That's for me. I know I'll be getting the.
By the way, did you know that your man Perillo did a World's Finest cover for DC? I did not pick that one up.
Oh no!
Yeah,
but that's because
chicks on it.
Removed, so it didn't matter.
No chicks on it either.
Oh wow!
Oh, are you telling me if it wasn't a full Wonder Woman on it, you wouldn't have bought it just because of his art?
I'm not.
You would have. You would have. You bought a Marvel book last week because it was a Jean Grey variant. So shut your mouth.
He did put it in my box and said I figured you would want that one.
Whenever you stuff something in Dennis's box, it makes him happy.
Yep. Andy.
Dennis looked a little crazed in that last clip. Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Crazed.
I mean, look at the eyes. Oh my! He's like, yeah, I feel the power of Professor X. Yes,
I did indeed.
Chad, yeah. So that's, Gun Honey. It's a good book. I am looking forward to it. It should be, I just wish we knew exactly when the first issue is coming out. Oh, wait.
We got one more because where are we going this weekend, Andy?
We're going to a con this weekend, a con this weekend, a con this weekend.
Down in Myrtle Beach.
Going to X-Con. Yeah, some people are going to hot, steamy Orlando, Florida for MegaCon. Graham Nolan. That
Yes.
Star Wars girl. And that's fine. But we're heading over to X-Con in Myrtle Beach. I was invited to be a guest. I was not invited to be a guest at MegaCon. So I said, X-Con, here I come. My wife and daughter love Myrtle Beach. We're going there as a family. Dennis and his lovely wife, Susie, are coming over on Friday. So we'll hang out and have a good time. So if you're anywhere near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, come check out X-Con. I'll be there. Bud Root will be there. Greg Bo Watson will be there, and a few other artists.
I think everybody's right in a row, too.
Yeah, we're pretty much all lined up. Myrtle Beach, get a little golf in. If I knew how to golf, I might do that. But every time I just go to a range just to crack the balls as far as I can go, they don't go that far. So I'm not that good at golf. Let's get Bud on DNA.
We're working on it.
Don't worry, we will. When he's on the DNA show, he'll be sitting there, and Dennis will be at home.
I will.
Because Bud is not technologically savvy, and it'd be easier if he just came here. Or we could always do it where we're just set this up, no table, three lounge chairs, and we're just
we
having
can
a
sit
nice
in our
conversation.
lounging jackets, and we'll have our pipes, and we'll be like
Cigars.
So, Bud, we could do.
You got to get a cigar because
single malt and cigars. We can do.
You
that.
got it.
I'll bring the single malt and cigars.
You bring this. Well, you just need to bring 2 cigars because Bud needs one. I've got one, and I say we do that. I say
he does.
We get Bud over here.
He's got the Monica Lewinsky.
We lose the table. Set up just 3 folding chairs, nice beach chairs, just lounge about and have a nice little conversation.
We are loud enough where it will pick us up.
Oh, it'll pick us up with the old...
it sure will. We'll just
snowball.
put it on wide angle.
When is Bud launching his Kickstarter? I have no idea. I know he's working on a new sketchbook. So we'll see. Have a cooler with campaign beers. Oh, because I've got 15 beers to drink. See that? I like that, Randy, but I have been saying that once fulfillment's over, Dennis and I were going to go to a local brewery and live stream from the brewery and drink some. Probably
because
not.
He's got a lot of beers to drink.
Probably not all 15, so we could do a little bit of both. So, that's not a bad idea. Would love to buy Bud Root print somewhere other than eBay. No,
what?
Print. It says print. He'd love to buy Bud.
Oh, I thought it was saying he would buy him a pint.
I mean,
bad reading.
You could contact him about it through Facebook or I don't know how. Yeah, he doesn't really publicize his email and stuff.
He doesn't do social media hardly at all.
Yeah, he doesn't touch it because he always has tons of prints at the show. We'll try and live stream from the con tomorrow. And hopefully, or
that wouldn't be a bad
Saturday
idea.
and Sunday, try to live stream from the show a little bit. You can see some of the prints Bud has, and if you see some that rings your bell, let us know, and you could PayPal him, and he'd mail it to you.
I know he would.
So you could get a print from Bud, and he could write from him, and he'd just mail it to you.
Or if while we're there talking to him, you guys can type it on the screen. We would read it off, and we'll figure out a way.
So we could always do that. Where there's life will always find a way. Isn't that Jurassic Park?
It is indeed.
See, tomorrow is Craft Brewery Day, and I'm going to be out hammered.
Oh.
Nice.
I wish some of you guys were from North Carolina because it's going to be an Oktoberfest year. It looks like all the Oktoberfest tents are coming back out.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. So I am thinking it is going to be one heck of an Oktoberfest down at Waldhorn because I guess it's going to be big enough where they've got a whole section lined up. So I am looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I'd definitely go with you for that. Oh, you know what we got to talk about? We went Friday night And we watched our first in about 10 years for me. I can't believe, probably at least over a decade for you.
Yeah, we were season ticket holders when we lived in Texas, the Dorados.
So we went and watched the Charlotte Thunder lay the smackdown on the Alabama Empire in arena football. And I'm not joking. The final score was 108-12. So let's just say the Alabama Empire went back to Alabama with their tails between their legs because Charlotte brought the thunder and the lightning.
Yeah, it was 71-6 at halftime.
71-6, baby. It was a fun game. It was fast-paced. One of the things, though, for being so fast-paced, like I think out of the whole 4 quarters, maybe 3 flags were thrown. The game still lasted. The game kicked off at 7:30. It was over at 10. So it was about a half hour shy of a regular NFL game. So there you go. Thank you very much, Hyper. Once again, First Man 2 Learning Curve is available. I am doing shipments every day except for Thursday and Friday this week because I'll be at a convention in the weekend. But books are going out daily. So go back, First Man, if you haven't already. It's great superhero fun and excitement. There are people in the chat that can even back me up on that because they have it and have read it. This guy's read it.
I already have. I've read it all.
That's right. Exactly, 108-12. It's like a basketball score.
I actually sent you a couple pictures on your messenger if you want to show them. So for those of you that don't know, there are no sidelines like in an NFL game, and it's basically like a hockey rink where it's walls. And instead of 100 yards, it's 50 yards. So the center field is 25. And the goalposts are only this big. They're really small compared to the NFL goalposts. It is hard-hitting, fast action.
So here we are.
That's up in the stands.
That's up in the stands. This is my daughter. My wife was taking the picture. She didn't want to be in the selfie. Of course, there's me, Dennis. This is his sister-in-law and her kids. Dennis's wife, they don't like to sit next to each other, is back here in the
she's
red.
hanging out with her buddy Kelly down
She's
there.
like, oh, God, I have to sleep with him at night. Last thing I want to do is sit next to him at a game. But there were nobody sitting in front of us. We had great seats. We can go to the
Best
next
seats
picture.
in the house.
Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. What the hell? That was Dennis texting me about the win. There it is. That's our view from our seats right there.
Yep. It was a lot of fun. For those of you who have not experienced arena football, it is way more exciting than NFL football.
First Man 2 was great. Thank you so much,
Randy's already
Randy.
read it. Woo!
I didn't get it yet. You will soon, my brother.
Oh, speaking of which, since Randy read it, there's that page with those 4 guys on it. My wife, who was just in the picture, she's in the book along with Andy's wife.
That's right. On the page where I drew people into the book, viewer man, hello, do you like my profile pic? It's kind of hard to see. I'll say yes because it's hard to see. Let's see here. 108-12. That is terrible. It is. It was so funny. Honestly, we don't think the other team, and this is no exaggeration because the team's benches were right down in front of us. In fact, you can see one of the players for the Charlotte Thunder right here. The Alabama team was here. We don't think the Alabama team had a coach.
No,
and I'm not kidding.
5 coaches, and they did not have a coach. It looked like our coaches. So this is a hockey rink normally. So right down the middle, that's where the 2 teams are. Alabama's on the left. To the right is the Thunder. Our coaches were in the middle. It was such a walloping, and our coaches were actually coaching them. And to Alabama's credit, they stood there and listened to them and talked to them, and they were teaching them how to do this. You should do this. It was great. I mean, it was a great time, particularly if you're on the winning team. But they're now 11-0, 7-0 last season, and they're the champions. And then this year, they're undefeated as well. We have a really good football team. The sad part is they're like a secret here. Nobody knows about them.
As you can tell, I sold more books on my First Man campaign than there were people in this arena during the game.
And they're undefeated.
Yeah. So we're going to probably go back June 4th to watch the Charlotte Thunder hopefully kick some more butt. Yo.
Yeah, I'm going to be out of It's Also Heroes. They've got their championship game here in town, it looks like, and I won't be here for the championship game. Kind of a bummer.
God, you suck. I got a wedding to go to.
Well, you're going to be at Heroes Con. You can't go anyway.
The game's at night, ain't during the day.
That's true. You could go. Send me pictures.
Nope, I won't do it. You get no satisfaction.
Oh.
Dennis is now a comic book character. He will get a bio page and no, he's not. His wife is.
Correct. Besides, I already was in a previous book,
Dennis,
Metal.
I drew Dennis in Cuda. No, so on the page where you see the four, it's a big shot of Adonis. And first man's in the foreground looking over his shoulder up at Adonis. There's 4 panels at the top of the page. The first 2 panels are people that paid to be in the book. And the last 2 panels are Susie and my wife. And my wife does not know she's in the book. What arena? That was at Bojangles. Yep. It was at Bojangles. So there you go, guys. That's the breakdown. I guess we will do a live stream on Saturday from the show for a little bit. And that's when we will talk to you. We're going to have some burgers and beer now, I think.
Yeah.
Not the Indiegogo beer. That's special. And you guys will get to watch that. I might drink them all and puke on Dennis.
But if you're within driving distance and you're not going to MegaCon, hit X-Con. Brad and Jen put on great conventions. And we are going to have a blast. So if you're in the area, come down, say hi, and join us.
That's right. You do not want to miss out on what should be a hoot of a time. Until then, we will catch you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody. No gang sign!